Hi, I'm Maddie.
Hi, I'm Isabelle.
And today we are going to be teaching you guys
About parabolas.
how to graph them. Okay. Alright, we have a few objectives.
The objectives for today are I can write the standard format equations for parabolas. I can graph parabolas by finding the key information for each, as well as I can get the vertex format by completing the square.
The definition of a parabola, I'm sure you're wondering what it is a set of all points in a plane that are equal distance between a fixed point, the focus, and a line, the directrix. And then there is a picture of a cone.
How it's formed.
Yeah, it's by drawing a parallel line through the cone, like through the side of the cone. Okay.
Here are some of the main points of parabolas. These are the key points that you need to know so that you can find the focus and the vertex and everything.
So just draw a picture of that down and we'll explain it as we go. Underneath the picture you'll see that we have written the parabola equation. You need to know that to find everything. And then here, let's see. Okay. Do you want to do the distance?
Okay, where's the keep talking.
Okay, so to find the directed distance P, which you can see over right there. Go to the P right there.
Right here?
Yeah, like on the picture. Yeah. Okay, so to find P, the directed distance, you're going to use 1 over 4A, and then A you can see in where the A is in the equation down there. And then to find the length of a lattice rectum, you're going to use the absolute value of 1 over A. So you're going to refer back to the equation again for the A. And then basically this picture is just helpful in finding your key information whenever you're graphing so you know what's what. Just kind of breaks it down, like with the focus, the focal chord. Right through the middle is going to be your axis of symmetry. And the focus is going to be, that one right there. And then your bottom one is going to be your vertex. And that's going to be HK if you also refer to the equation. And yeah, the rest of it.
This is the main equation. Don't forget it.
Yeah. Get your end game. Okay. Okay, so we'll do.
Or do you want?
I'll just do this one. Okay, so you can have the graph can be going up or down in the y equals format. If A is positive, your graph is going to open up, so you can see right there where A is underlined. It's going to be positive. If it's positive, you're going to have a graph that looks like that. And if your graph is negative, if your A is negative, your graph's going to be going down. So it's pretty simple.
And then if it starts off as x equals, then you know your options are to go from left to right. So if the A is positive, then it's going to be going to the right. But if the A is negative, then it'll be going to the left. It'll open up to the left.
And keep in mind that even though with x your k and your h values are going to switch, as you can see, your vertex is still going to be hk. So,
but they're switched to different spots.
Yeah.
So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, keep an eye out for that they have changed. All right. Oh wait, wasn't done yet. Okay, so should I go over this one first?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's a y equals equation, and we're just going to pull out some key information first. Your A is going to be the negative 1/4, right there. And then your H, if you go back to your equation, is going to be -1 right there. It's going to be your H. And then your K is going to be your -3. Let's see here. So from that, since we can find our vertex now, which is HK, which is going to be -1, -3. to find where your focus point is, you're going to go up here and you're going to find the distance, the directrix distance, which, if you remember back, that's 1 over 4, and then A, yeah, 1 over 4A. And so since our A was, let me see if you can see this, negative 1/4, you're going to do 1 equals, you're going to multiply the 4, which is going to give you 4 over 4, or that's the same thing as 1 over 1. So 1 times 1 over 1 is just 1. So that means for that, you're going to go up 1 and down 1 to get your directrix and your focus. And so if we go down 1, our focus is going to be at negative 1, 4. And then if we go up 1 to get our directrix line, it is going to be y equals negative 2. Sorry, I can't really see this very well. So y equals negative 2. You can see the line through 2. And since this is opening down, your directrix line has to be behind the actual graph, behind your vertex. So that's why it goes up. And then to get your lattice rectum length, we'll go back up over here. And that's what the absolute value of 1 over A. And so you do 1 over 1/4. And in order to divide fractions, you actually flip and multiply. So 1 over 1 times 4 over 1 is going to give you 4. And so that's where we get the length of 4. And since the whole thing right here is going to be 4, you go 2 to the left and 2 to the right to get your whole value of 4. And then you have to draw your axis of symmetry, which is just going to be straight down the middle. So your axis of symmetry is x equals negative 1, as you can see, the dotted line. And yep.
Alright, now let's try an x equals. For my x equals, I have x equals negative 1/12, and in parentheses y plus 2 squared minus 2. And the first thing you want to do is pick out, you want to notice that it's an x equals, meaning that it has to open either to the left or to the right. And this happens to be a negative, so it opens up to the left. Then you want to try to find the key points, which would be A, H, and K. And from the equation you see that A equals negative 1/12. And then H and K are flipped, but they both turn out to be negative 2. So then once you have those points, you can see that the vertex is negative 2, which is right there. And then once you get that, then you have to do 1 over 4A to find
The directrix.
to help find the directrix line and then the focus ultimately. Then once you do that, you see that you get 3. So you're going to go to the right 3 and to the left 3. And then once you do that, you find the focus. You find out that the focus is negative 5, 1. Then once you do that, you find the axis of symmetry, which is negative 2. And that's like initially the line that the focus, vertex, and where the directrix lines start at. Like it just goes in a straight line vertically. Horizontally. And then to find the lattice rectum, you put the width of it. You go back to and you do 1 over A. The absolute value of 1 over A, and that's 12. So that's all of that problem. And then now
we're going to have you guys do some practice problems. So,
we would like for you to graph these two equations. Y equals 1/8 x minus 4 squared plus 3, and x equals 1/16 y minus 2 squared plus 3. And then we would like you to find these key points: the vertex point, the focus, the axis of symmetry, the directrix equation, the direction that it opens in, and the lattice rectum width. So you can go ahead and take some time to do that.
Just pause the video if you need more time. Should we retry it? Yeah, I think we should. Should we batch this one?